You've got to invest ahead of the curve. And I remember hearing that saying and going, what's all that about? Well, the secret is that if you want to get growth and be a great real estate agent, if you want to grow your business, if you want to serve more customers, if you want to win more market share, if you want to write more fees, whatever it is that you want, even if you just want to be in a position that you can take more time off, that you can spend more time with your family, whatever it is, you need to invest ahead of the curve. And the secret is to think, imagine that this was like a half pipe, back to our skating days. And in order to build the half pipe, what you actually need is you need like the steel beam here and the steel beam here and another little steel beam there. And that is actually kind of the infrastructure that supports that half pipe. And this is the whole key thing, is that if you think about the curve, we need to put the infrastructure in first that actually allows us to be able to go and support the growth. And this is one of the greatest challenges, I think, for any agent, is that when you go and you're kind of sitting on the cusp of putting on that first assistant and you're kind of there at like 30 transactions, you know, you're never really ready to put that person on, you're never really not ready to put them on, but then all of a sudden you go and put someone on and you realize that you've got a complete lack of the systems that you actually need to have in play. And this is such an important part, because infrastructure, as we call it, is about making sure that you've got the right forms, the right checklists, the right visuals, the right language for how your business really works. And then making sure that then you've got clarity around the agendas, around what you do when you do it. And this could be like really basic stuff, from what we do in terms of our directions meeting at the start of the day, the 3 p.m. loopback meeting, the conversation around what the Monday meeting with buyers looks like, the Tuesday meeting with our seller hit list looks like, and our Wednesday meeting with our existing listings to review what we need to do to be able to get them to sold. And when you start thinking about that infrastructure, what that then gets you to start thinking very differently, because when you add someone to your team, what they're doing is they're working the systems that you've already built. Now, this is the great thing about bringing someone new on board, is that they will rapidly expose all of the challenges and all the lack of systems that you've currently got on the inside of your business. And they'll just do that naturally through their questions. Oh, where do we put this? What does that look like? Why do we do that? What does that look like? And the secret to really building out a great business is about making sure that you build those systems on a regular and consistent basis, that you review them, and that then you actually identify the systems that are already broken. So now these systems just aren't working because we've got to that next level of scale around how the business is operating. Now, this investment ahead of the curve is massively important, and you need to be starting to think that, you know what, it's either a system or a person. And that's the only reason why you're not getting the growth that you really fundamentally want. So to scale a business fast, it's really about understanding what are actually those marks at 30, 60, 90, 120 transactions. And then understanding that literally what is the real problem that we're solving by putting this system in place or by adding this person. And often I put a person inside of someone's team, not because I want to write more fees, because I want to actually significantly increase their quality of life. And I think that this is a really important conversation, is that if you don't have someone in your personal team yet that can list, then you can actually never go on holidays. And that's a really big challenge for any real estate agent, because if you want consistency over the long term, then you need to make sure that what you're doing today is really sustainable. You want to be able to make sure that you grow someone inside of your team that you can list, as well as making sure that you've got someone that can prospect and also deal with all the buyers. And that's a really important conversation. How you think about the people that are inside of your team makes a massive difference to how fast you grow. And this comes back down to a really simple principle. You are in control. You're in control of how you manage your calendar. You're in control of how you grow your team. You're in control of the systems that your business uses. And when someone plugs into the right systems, that actually allows us to massively amplify performance. This is about making the decision to get seriously good at everything that you do and being able to make that a really teachable process, because you've got the right infrastructure in place to support the growth that you want to get out there and go and achieve.